Friends of Mozilla for this week. Special thanks to Viswa, our newest friend of add-ons. Viswa played a key role in designing and implementing the Build Your Own Extension campaign through Activate Mozilla and continues to help new developers become confident extension developers. You can read more about his great contributions on the add-ons blog. Thank you very much to Viswa. And don't finish it. And additionally, another +11 for Viswa, for his work as an organizer and tech speaker, and props also to tech speakers Kadi Shagufta, Anyana, Christy, Daniele, Aka, Yamana, and Flocky, who have given talks and workshops in the last week in Australia, Romania, Germany, Croatia, Italy, Cote d'Ivoire, Palestine, and Sweden. Thank you very much to all of our wonderful tech speakers. All right, upcoming events for this week. Today, Mozilla Portland is hosting the PDXWIT meetup, a primer on digital forensics. There's a link for more information. I'm not sure if that's already occurring or if it's happening later this evening, but you can click that link to learn more. On Wednesday, we have the add-ons community meeting at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time in the ACE video room. If you're interested in the add-ons community, and why wouldn't you be? This is a great meeting to join to see what's going on there. There's a link with more information. All right, we have a handful of speakers today. First up is Mike Taylor with a very important update about WebCompat and HLS. Hi, Mike.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to give, I guess, like a signal boost to some work that the media playback team has done in the past couple months, if not years, in Firefox for Android 59 and above, which shipped a while ago. We added support for HLS, which is this is the official logo for that. That is a streaming format that, not necessarily a standard, but the Android platform provides codecs and ways for us to stream that. And so as a result of this work landing, we went through, this was our #1 most reported compatibility bug on mobile. And so of the 120 bugs I verified, all but 6 were fixed. And of those, 2 were UA sniffing things and 1, I'm not really sure what's up with that yet. So this is a huge win for our Fennec users. And so big shout out to the media playback team. Thanks for all your work. And that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Great news. Thank you very much, Mike. And next we have a video from Andrew giving our weekly minute. I'm going to unshare my screen. We can roll that video.
It's time for the weekly update from Mozilla IT on all things we're doing to support and empower Mozillians in our mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. MVK is at Coachella again this week, and I'm Andrew Krug, guest hosting. First, a quick message from InfoSec's very own Jonathan Claudius about phishing. Not that kind of phishing.
Jonathan Claudius here from InfoSec, letting you know that last week,
It's time for the weekly update from Mozilla IT on all things we're doing to support and empower Mozillians in our mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. MVK is at Coachella again this week, and I'm Andrew Krug, guest hosting. First, a quick message from InfoSec's very own Jonathan Claudius about phishing. Not that kind of phishing.
Jonathan Claudius here from InfoSec, letting you know that last week we completed our first internal phishing exercise. This consisted of emails that looked like Bill.com expense reports that were sent to a sample of Mozillians. These exercises are just part of our ongoing security awareness efforts to keep Mozillians safe. For information on what phishing is and how to avoid it, check out the Minute Wiki or join our session at the next All Hands. Please keep those reports coming. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. I know I'm looking forward to seeing the results of that exercise. Next, some errata from last week. Due to some leadership changes in IT, last week's Brown Bag was replaced by an AMA session with Danelle Dixon. The recording of that session has been linked in the IT Minute. Stay tuned for an update on the new date for Michal Perchinsky's presentation on Meltdown and Spectre. Wednesday at 10 a.m. there will be an Operations All Hands streaming on Air Mozilla. It will also be recorded for non-Pacific time viewers. Questions will be moderated via the Operation All Hands Slack channel. On the topic of Slack, I know Slack is one of my favorite places to chat with staff and NDA'd Mozillians. Sadly, Slack is ending support for its IRC gateway. Starting on May 15th, it will no longer be possible to connect to Slack using IRC or XMPP. If using a desktop client like WeChat, you'll need to move to a plugin like WeSlack, linked in the IT Minute. But at least you'll get emojis. Finally today, you'll receive a survey on video conferencing at Mozilla. Love it or hate it, IT needs your help to shape the future of conferencing. So please keep an eye out for that survey. And that's the Minute. Back to you, Poch.
Thank you, Andrew. And next we have Asa here in Mountain View with the Firefox Roadmap update. And let me very quickly reshare my screen. And that the tab right under it will be the other one.
Thanks, Poch. Hey, everyone. Firefox 59.0.2 is our release in market. 60's in the beta channel and goes to release on May 9th. 60's an ESR release, and we've been trending at about 50 bugs per week fixed in beta. One notable change this last week was we've disabled retain display list, and it will now likely ship in Firefox 61. 61 is in the nightly channel, and it goes to release on June 26th. Over the last week, we fixed about 470 bugs, including these notable changes. When Firefox starts up, it will now restore windows in reverse C order. Firefox will notify users when an extension has updated their home page. Firefox on Mac now has out-of-process extensions. Firefox includes recent downloads in your highlights on the new tab page. Firefox Options or Preferences now has a section for managing different parts of your highlights on your new tab page. Firefox on Mac OS supports native OS X OS X share feature. Stylo, our parallel CSS engine, got parallel CSS parsing support for a significant performance win on some top sites. Firefox now has a Google logo in the search box. And Firefox DevTools, you can now drag and drop and reorder your DevTools tabs, as well as DevTools got a new font editor for UI for variable font instances. Finally, last week I wasn't here, but I wanted to point out that there was an 18-year-old bug fixed. This actually says 17 years ago, but it'll be 18 years and 3 days. So just wanted to give a shout out to contributor Kat, who put this together for us and got a 18-year-old bug fixed in the last week. So thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good day.
It was 3 days from being able to vote. All right. Thank you, Asa. I've been told to refresh the wiki, and ahoy, there it is Mike Hoy, who was talking about GSOC and onboarding. Pun actually not intended, I promise.
Thanks, Poch. First of all, I wanted to say that we have all of the notifications have been sent out for accepted GSOC. So we'll have 16 students joining us this summer. Thank you very much to all of the mentors who will be supporting the GSOC students over the course of the summer, and to everyone who's given us help and support with feedback and getting this stuff stood up. In particularly, I want to send out personal thanks to Florian for turning the reins over to me and for giving me some coaching and guidance to get this thing set up and running, and to everyone else who answered my increasingly panicked emails as deadlines approach to get these things in. This should be a good time. And say hi to all the interns when they come in, when you see them on the intertubes. Next thing is engineering onboarding. We have not done one of these in a while, and so we will be doing one next week. If you're interested in the engineering onboarding process, please keep an eye on your inbox. There will be an all-at email going out informing you of where we are in terms of training materials, in terms of the actual schedule. And as always, this isn't just intended for engineers. Anyone from the organization who is interested in any of the subject matter is welcome to join us. Thank you very much. I'll see you then.
Thanks, Mike. And it's not on the agenda, but it will get on the agenda, and it is Miriam giving us the emerging technology updates for this week.
Thank you, Poch. Neither Dee Bryant or I actually hit refresh on the wiki when we tried to put this on. But I have 3 really exciting announcements from emerging technologies this week. One, you might have seen a few murmurings on Twitter. We're not trying to make a huge splurge about it, but is the XR Studio, a project that I'm really, really excited about. Now, this is a physical studio, unlike WebAssembly Studio that I will discuss in the next update. It's a physical studio space in the San Francisco office where we're inviting 30 women to come and basically participate in a learning and development program incorporating emerging technologies like machine learning and AR and VR into their work, whether they're developers or designers or creatives of other kinds. So it'll be running all summer in the San Francisco office. All of you are welcome to come and check it out. There are a number of really interesting things that we're going to be doing with the program, so you will be hearing a lot more about this once we have selected the participants. If you know people who would like to participate in this kind of program and who live or can reasonably get to the Bay Area for the summer, please let them know and encourage them to apply this week. We'll be doing a couple more pushes as we really get all of the pieces into place. And we follow the Mozilla Twitter handle for updates. The WebAssembly Studio, however, is a virtual studio, completely different kind of studio. Actually, our announcement last week hit the top of Hacker News. People are really excited about this tool. And you can learn about it either in that Hacks post or through a YouTube video. This is something that we're trying to do more of in ET, that we have multi-modes of learning about our technologies, and you choose what works for you. But the WebAssembly Studio is a Swiss Army knife of integrated development environment, and it's really trying to advance our strategy to be more prominent in the developer ecosystem and to really provide tools that developers need and use. To integrate all of the innovation that we do in emerging technology. And a completely different scale, talking about things and gadgets, adding things to your studio is the third ET update. We just released last week the .4 release of our Things Gateway software, and it has a whole bunch of new features around programming different scripts of behaviors, and also advancing one of the standards that we're bringing to the W3C, which is the Web Things API standard. So you too can make a native web thing and put it on the internet. And with that, that's my ET updates. Thank you, Botch.
Thanks, Miriam. All right. Looking to see if anyone else has snuck upon my schedule. It does not look like it. And it does not look like we have any introductions this week. I'm looking to see if anyone is sprinting or moving toward a podium to correct me. But it does not look like it. And so with that, we are all finished. Thank you to everyone who had something to share. Thanks for everyone for joining us. Hope you have a fantastic week, and you keep on rocking the free web. See ya!